Hey, this might be out of the blue, but this is going to be a short video uploaded to YouTube and possibly Reddit. No, actually it's going to definitely be on Reddit. And it's going to talk about Blowthrough, and it's also going to talk about Ricochet Overclocks. A very interesting mechanic that I've seen with them, or I guess not really a mechanic, but an oversight maybe? Please don't fix this, Ghost Ship Games, please. So for the people wanting a TLDR right here, right now, Bulldog, Revolver, and the Leadstorm Minigun, they both have blow-through modifications, and they work with Ricochet Overclock. And the Ricochet Overclock allows us so that when the first bug gets hit, it ricochets off and hits another bug, while you can still penetrate to hit another bug through them if you're shooting something like the Bulldog. This means if you were to shoot through a line of 3 bugs, and you had the Ricochet Overclock on with Super Blowthrough on the Bulldog Revolver, you can hit those 3 bugs with the singular bullet, but the Ricochet Overclock will go off of the first bug and hit a 4th one to the left or right of the first bug. 4 bugs for the price of 1 bullet. On paper, sounds pretty amazing. So if you got to this part of the video, you probably don't want to just wait at the TLDR or leave at the TLDR, so time to show you. I'm going to summon a Glyphid Guard, a very tough enemy, and it'll allow me to prove to you how to prove Blowthrough goes through, and that it would kill another bug. Don't worry, I'll show more examples later. So if I shoot through the Glyphid Guard, it's going to leave a bullet mark on the floor, because the bullet went through, impacted the ground because it did not hit an enemy, and thus show proof that the bullet went through and was going to hit another bug. Now, this is key to show that the blow-through works. But now it's time to show that the blow-through works with Ricochet, because that's what you're here for, right?
Stop it, now!
And for those curious as to the build that the Bulldog Revolver has, let me just show it to you. It is in the terminal, don't mind the drop pod. And there's Chain Hit, the Overclock, and all of the modifications that the Revolver is equipped with during the testing. Granted, I do not use this build, and I in fact don't really recommend it. This is just for testing purposes to prove the concept of Blowthrough and Ricochet. Do not use this build thinking that it's good. It is just testing. So I'm not going to say it's bad, but I'm also not going to say it's good. Due to the RNG nature of the Ricochet Overclock, because it is not guaranteed, the same goes for the Bullet Hell Overclock, it is really difficult to get a recording of both the Ricochet and the penetration happening. So just to, rub it in the face of people going like, oh, this must have been real easy to get some recording attempts or something. No, there's no target practice in this game, there's no target dummies, and it's really difficult to get this RNG chance to work. But here, you'll see that the bullet hit the first bug. You can see the shell of the second bug behind it having damage, and it also has ricocheted off of the first bug and killed the third one to the right, even though the gun is only equipped with Super Blowthrough and the Chain Hit, so that means the bullet didn't have any like magical properties or anything. It was literally Ricochet that created a ghost bullet off of the first, hit the bug in the back, and then the blow-through allowed the original bullet to hit through the first bug and then kill the second one behind. You can also tell from this next clip that I'm going to shoot the first bug, penetrate through, and then the bullet that would have hit a third bug made a mark on the ground right behind the second bug, as you see right there. And also that bullet ricocheted and hit the bug to the left. Just take note of that. But yeah, and also if you haven't realized, I'm recording over. Yes, I had audio recorded to this, but I feel like I could shove down the recording length of what is, I think, a 1 hour recording into something that is less than 5 minutes, hopefully. And so now that you've seen the Bulldog do this already, I'm going to now jump cut the recording to me showing the minigun. Now I think I'm going to have to edit it to slow down time because the minigun is such a finicky thing and you get really inaccurate with bullet hell. But it does happen with the minigun. So let's go, snip and cut right to that video. Now, I'm going to leave this little snippet here because this isn't anything to do with, well, the Ricochet or Penetration at the moment, but it's sort of like a tiny mini-rant. The spawn menu mod doesn't let you spawn things like on your feet. Like, I really wouldn't mind to step in one location, spawn, step away, step in another location, spawn, repeat 3 times so I can get the 3 bugs in a perfect spawning pattern. And maybe there's a mod reason for it, maybe there's a coding reason, a technical reason, I don't know. But, like, mod developer, I don't even recall who created the spawn menu. You're a saint. You know what? I'm gonna edit it in right here. That's the mod developer, and why can't I do that? Why can't I specifically tell where to spawn bugs? Because honestly, that may have been maybe 10 minutes minimum of the amount of time of said recording as to why I couldn't get this, shortened. Like, 10 minutes of my time was just me spawning and desummoning, spawning, killing one, desummoning, etc. Ugh. But anyways, this is the spawn of which I got the first recording. As you'll see here, I can rev up the minigun, be really close to them, and if you see a bullet impact them, they flinch. And if all 3 flinch, then that means the bullet must have ricocheted and penetrated, as you see there. Now I'm going to cut in here and rewind time and then maybe slow it down to show it again. The minigun revs and is going to fire exactly 1 bullet. The bullet will hit all 3 bugs. The bullet impacts, penetrates, and ricochets. The ricochet happens first before the penetration, but because of bullet travel time, the ricochet hits the bug and the bug on the left finishes their animation last. This is proven frame by frame, but it's probably going to be a lot more difficult to be seen on a YouTube video. And while time slows down to show yet another ricochet and penetration happening at the same time from a singular bullet, I wish to point out that remember, every 2 ammunition you spend with a minigun, it is just a singular bullet. So you don't actually shoot 3,000 bullets. If you have 3,000 ammunition, you shoot 1,500 bullets. One interesting thing that I've noticed when it comes to reviewing the footage, and also when I was testing it in-game, is that you could see here, the bullet literally went over the first bug, hit the second bug, and then ricocheted to the third bug. Now, to an untrained eye at normal speed, it would be like, oh, it probably hit all 3 yet again. But the bullet hell overclock is so inaccurate, and this is with the accuracy modification on the first upgrade, mind you, that it goes over the bug even though the barrel is aimed directly at the bug, just because the bullet doesn't come out the barrel, it comes out basically from your face. It's like to the side of your face, so it's misconceiving. It's what's the best word for it? It's like an illusion of sorts. It's just wrong, but I can see why it's made that way. On to the next clip. So to end this video, I'm not saying that you shouldn't consider Blowthrough plus Ricochet. All I am saying and proving with this video is Ricochet plus Blowthrough does do something. It truly does allow you to both Ricochet and Blowthrough, which if you can somehow, shoot lines of bugs on an even field, because it has to be an even field for you to want to shoot through multiple of them. This won't really help you, the Blowthrough plus the Ricochet, in the event of, well, you're playing on an uneven terrain, you're in one of those caves with curved floors and everything, so there's no way you can line up bugs. Then by all means, you're not going to really abuse the, Blowthrough aspect of the gun, but you still can use the Ricochet aspect, especially with the Revolver. Just land your, headshots, land your weak point shots, and you'll knock it from one bug to another. And with the minigun, you still will hit 2 targets, If they're close enough, the Ricochet does target other bugs. It's not completely random. It will always try to hit another bug, so it's useful. And for the minigun, there's no drawback. The only thing you really need to worry about is the Bulldog, because the Bulldog revolver will require you to line up the shot between three bugs, and lining up the shot with three bugs ain't easy. Like, it's easy for me to do the testing here, obviously, because I can spawn them in my own way and have, line up the shot perfectly. But in the heat of the battle, in the heat of the moment, there's not going to probably be that many moments where you're going to see three bugs line up without, like, purposefully getting yourself into position so the bugs follow you to a place where you can line them up. You know what I mean? But anyways, hope you love the information. Hope you love the, I don't know, the fact that, hey, Ricochet and Blowthrough, they work with each other, and they have an interesting dynamic where apparently the Ricochet creates a ghost bullet that the Blowthrough bullet doesn't care for. Because technically you shoot two bullets for one shot when the Ricochet happens, so use that information as you will. I'm going to post this up. I have been working on this damn video for literally 2.5 days, maybe 3 days, so hope people enjoyed this information. If you watched to the very end of this video, you must have been bored, but hopefully you got some great info out of this and use the builds the way you like. On the end of the day, you can win with anything. Have a good one, everyone.